what's up, everybody? It's your boy Pascal
and your girl Sandy,
and welcome back to another pop-up of The Real Beef with SMP. What is up, everybody? You know what I mean? Yes. Yes. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is just a pop-up right here. Yes, we'll be doing lives very, very soon, but today is a little bit of a busy one for us. But do us a favor, hit that like button down below. Make it scream out your name. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. You know, your boy and your girl working hard out here in these streets to keep you entertained, keep you educated, and informed on what's going on out here in these streets. Anyway, we got to jump into it. Sandy, what is going on today?
Man, listen, we're going to be talking about this Megan the Stallion new video that done came out. Her new song, her new single, Cobra, just recently came out these last few days. And y'all, it's got everybody talking, okay, because she's talking, all right? She's letting everybody know what's been going on with her these last couple of years. And honestly, you know, this is refreshing. Okay. So we're just going to basically rap a taste about it. Let us know if you guys had the opportunity to, you know, check it out. What are your thoughts? Comment in the comment section down below, our little family section down below. Let us know your thoughts. But yes, y'all, like, just recently came out, and there are so many different revelations, different things that have come out that people are alleging based on what she shared in said video. It caused a lot of a stir on the interwebs. So what did you think when you watched it?
Well, one, I thought she looked amazing. I will say this: sobriety looks well on her, looks good on her. If she still is sober, I don't know. But from what I saw, it seemed like she was working on her fitness quite a bit. And from what I hear, she's not drinking like she used to. And that's an amazing thing. And obviously, you could tell she's changing. You know, like she says in the very beginning, she's shedding off the skin of her past to don on some new skin and everything. And of course, through life, you shed off skin, right? You keep moving, and you are constantly evolving, constantly changing. I thought it was really cool how she was using that metaphor quite a bit throughout the entire music video. And yeah, of course, she looked fire. She looked amazing.
That body was bodying, honey. Okay.
Wow, she looked amazing.
Oh my God.
But like I said, sobriety looks good on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, put down the sauce a little bit for a little while. You'd be surprised how good you'll feel after like 2 weeks of just not picking up that devil's juice. But the devil's juice. But I thought it was really, really dope. The only thing I was really upset about, or not just upset, but just disappointed. You know, I thought that maybe she was going to drop some bombs about Tory Lanez and the pew pew situation around the car and everything. At least drop something to let us know a little bit of something. She done said everything about everybody else. Okay, even a boyfriend. Okay, talking about him out here walking out on her and stuff like that, getting his D-est in their own bed and stuff. So she obviously was saying some serious stuff. I guess I was just waiting for a little Tory Lanez dig or a little Tory Lanez conversation, something about her foot, anything. And she didn't. So I was a little disappointed about that.
Yeah. You know what? For me, when I watched it, oh, man, first of all, the visuals were amazing. I thought it was awesome. I love the Cobra shedding of the skin, and you know what I mean? The visuals with that, just it was amazing. Her body, amazing. I watched the video and I was like, let me get my black ass into the gym and let me eat a salad.
Right. I was, as soon as she got done, I was doing sit-ups.
Right. Crunches right here in the chair. Just, you know what I mean? Because I'm like
eating iceberg lettuce by itself in whole. Right?
Listen, them gym sessions, because I watched her, follow her on Instagram and her social media platforms. That the gym's been doing her right. Okay, her trainer been doing her right. Okay, she's looking amazing. For me,
Zampic. I'm just kidding.
Don't even.
No, I'm playing. Don't come at me. Okay,
not everyone's on that shit. Okay, even though there's a lot of people that are allegedly.
A lot of people are on that, but I will say no, she put in the work.
I was gonna
Period.
say,
She looked amazing.
I've seen, and you know, hey, look, I don't know the bitch, but I'm saying from what I've seen, she's been in that gym, okay, and it's been paying off. But you know, from honestly, for me, it was. I feel like this was her moment to really just get some shit off her chest, right? And she's in a space, from what I can see, that she can, right? Because here's the thing, some things have kind of closed, like some things that she's been dealing with these last few years have literally had, you know, have come to resolution, if that makes sense, right? So the Tory Lane situation, that whole thing was, I feel like, the longest trial in history. Okay. And it was just a fucked up situation in general. The whole scenario just shouldn't have happened, period. But
true.
Anything and everything that happened after that was a whole clusterfuck, right? People were alleging that she was lying, that Meg was lying, right? That Tory was lying, that her best friend was lying. You know, people were disappearing and all of that type of shit before trial and stuff. Like, it was a very messy situation. Then to be scrutinized by social media, to have gone through what she went through. People were calling her all kinds of names and all that type of stuff. Then to now have resolution in that regard, because he's now been sentenced to 10 years, right? Which is insane. I'm shocked. I am not going to lie. I am shooketh at the sentence, okay, for the pew pew. Even though you ain't supposed to be pew-pewing nobody, okay, and you should be punished for that, okay, period. I'm not saying it's justified in any capacity whatsoever, but I was actually shocked at how many years he got, okay, especially with as much craziness as was going on with the actual the court sessions and all that was going on with the trial itself. Right. Then to a year ago having to now be taken to court, you know, or to be in a situation where she is going to court with her now formal label, right? Because she was signed to 5101 Certified Entertainment, okay. Carl Crawford is the guy who runs that business, okay. And so they both were going back and forth this last year, just literally digging at each other, just going ham, and that's finally come to a resolution, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I actually parted ways with him.
I honestly thought that was going to be a situation that was never going to end.
Dude,
it just kept going on and on. I'm like, damn, this is going to never end.
Hell. Right. Both trials. I was just like, one, I was so curious to see what was going to happen with Tory Lanez. Then on top of that, with the way they were going back and forth with this whole contract thing, because she's alleging that she signed a bad contract, that he actually owed her, or the company Certified Entertainment 5101 owed her $1 million in royalties. He is alleging that she still owes him an album and that she owes about $10 million. Okay. So, I mean, totally conflicting stories. They were going back and forth so much on social media, over Twitter, formerly Twitter, and all of that stuff. Honey, crazy. She's been through it. Then on top of that, there's been a lot. Those are the two major things, right? But the baby mate was saying all kinds of stuff in his, I mean, he came out with a song alleging that he and Meg had messed around, just airing dirty laundry all during the time all of this has happened. People have mentioned her names in songs, allegedly, you know, possibly throwing shade, although they're going to deny it. She's been through a lot of shit. And so I feel like with these two, especially these two major things being resolved, right, to now being able to tell her truth and to share her testimony and what she actually went through. Like, I wish the song was longer. I wish she could have gone into more of what she was dealing with. You know what I mean?
You never know. I mean, but it is a nice teaser for her album, which I'm sure will have other tracks of her going in or talking about certain things. You see what I'm saying? This is kind of, in my mind, it's like the Taylor Swift approach, if that makes any sense. You got one song that exposes a few things, and then, I can't wait to get the rest of the album because maybe she's exposing more stuff. I mean, that's the Taylor Swift approach. Let's be real. She gets into a relationship, and then as soon as the relationship is over, she writes a big whole album, or writes one big ass hit, and then of course everyone consumes it because they go, okay, can't wait to hear what she's got to say about Taylor Lautner or whatever. Boyfriend, or Travis Kelce now, right? You know what I'm saying? By the way, who cares? Who cares? But at the same time, it could be that sorry for the left turn, guys, but
but still,
who cares?
You know, I get it.
Who cares? But at the same time, Megan Thee Stallion, okay, could be doing that approach. We got this track.
Very
She
true.
says a lot in this track. Okay. Everything
Mhm.
from boyfriend going out, walking out on her and getting his, in their own bed,
Getting serviced.
to getting serviced. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Getting breakfast in bed.
Yeah, yeah.
So doing that, okay. And then all the other things that she says in there, and how she's, said that she hit rock bottom,
Yes.
found sobriety and all
Right.
that because of she even admits to the rumors about her drinking a lot, y'all. Let me just
Mhm.
say that too, because there was rumors about how she liked to drink and
Yep.
how she was a bad drunk.
Mhm.
And now she's going, okay, I hit rock bottom.
Right.
People would be smiling in my face, but continue pouring shots.
Yep.
Right. She even says that in the lyrics, all that. So, talking about the sycophantic nature that surrounds her on a daily basis,
Yep.
the trials and tribulations of stardom and all that,
Yep.
all that in one song, y'all. And there was choreography and her body was banging.
Oh my God.
And the video looked amazing.
When she did this, I don't know why I like that part of the video.
Oh,
this,
yeah. It was a rap.
Man,
right?
the video,
but a very powerful stuff.
Was just so well done. I loved it. And you know what? At first, when I listened to the song itself, not the message, because I'm here for the message. I'm here about telling your truth. I'm here about sharing your side. I love that, right? And I love that for her, because she's in a, seemingly in a better place, just based on, all that's transpired. And of course, her coming out with her own music. And now she's able to do it freely without being, shackled to 51 certified entertainment. Right.
Mhm.
But, oh my God, like at first the song, I was like, okay, it's all right. The song itself, not what she was sharing, just the song.
Yeah.
But I've watched it probably 20 times more. And honestly, it's just because she looks amazing. And I'm like, damn, bitch, you look fine. Okay. And I'm like, okay, it's catchy. Like like before we got on, I was humming it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not saying you're sitting here saying that, I'm all of a sudden going to be, we're going to be in a club, like turn on that Cobra, bitch. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
it's kind of a bop.
Okay,
you give it a chance. You give, it's kind of a bop. It's a little bit of a bop.
That's the
You know what I
question,
mean?
though. But that's the question, because there's varying degrees of bopism. Okay,
That part.
So let's talk about in the kingdom of bopism. Okay,
Yes,
in the realm,
yes,
in the genre. Okay, in the age of bopism. Is this a song? And I ask you guys who are watching out here,
Right.
okay, is the song something that you'd want to play in the club, or do you see the youngins running around here doing their TikToks, hitting the whoa with this song? That's the question I would love to ask you guys. And real quick, Sandy, what do you think? Is it really a bop? I mean,
it's
real
not
quick.
so much.
Hold on. So what really quick, sorry,
Mhm.
but I just want to put in my 2 cents here really quick. So the thing is yeah, it's a song. It's a song. It sounds good. But would I be bopping it? No. I will say that. But she is
Right.
saying a lot of stuff. And I will say this too.
Mhm.
Sometimes artists need to get that thing out, right? That to have that cathartic moment of expression.
Yeah.
It may not be a banger, but it's also just saying, like, this is the BS I've gone through, and you can listen to it, but I need to get this all off my chest.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's not, to me, top 40,
No, it's absolutely not.
bop. But at the same time, every artist has their moment where they just need to get the freedom of expression out of their bodies, and I feel like that's this track here. Is it a bop? I would say no. Sandy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, when I say bop, and maybe that's not the right word I'm using.
No, you good.
But it is catchy to me, right? Okay. It's more so for me, definitely not something you're gonna play at a party, a club, whatever. Definitely something I could see people doing, TikTok songs and stuff too, like if they're doing an outfit reveal or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, I just feel like with the song itself, it's relatable to a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people have dealt with some of the stuff that she's dealt with. Okay.
Right.
Getting cheated on, right?
Yeah.
She addressed that, feeling low and being at your lowest point in life, maybe overindulging in some things that because of where you are mentally, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like, this is, kind of that I'm coming out. This is my, I'm finally free to share my story. Is it about to rock out to? Absolutely not. But is it something catchy that I keep finding myself kind of humming. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of catchy, especially after as many times as I watched it. Keep in mind, I watched this shit a gazillion and one times, and then of course for research purposes before we got on camera here. Okay, but I'm just saying, like,
Right.
but I love the visuals, you know. And here's the thing too. Here's the other side of it also. You know, I totally agree with you with the fact that, you know, her being able to come out with this now, and to get everything off her chest, and also I can totally see this being like a teaser to what is going to happen with the rest of her album, what's going to happen with the
Exactly.
remaining songs. It's like, okay, now she's given us a little
That part.
snippet. I'm sure you're going to share some other things. Here's another thing too. I will say this too. I love the fact that it is a nice departure, not complete departure, but a nice departure from what she's done previous. Now,
Yeah.
she gets a lot of heat for how sexual she is. Just the nature of her content, the nature of her songs, the videos, the words in her songs, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So to now kind of give a real and raw share, right? To really share in a real and raw way in this song through her
Yeah.
lyrics, because I'm going to say something else, through her lyrics, I think is awesome. However,
Okay.
I
I was gonna
do
say.
admire the fact, and I admire that because I'm always about staying true to who the fuck you are, right? And this
Mm-hmm.
is who she seems to be. This is who she is, right? So she still had that element of that sex appeal in that video, but it was
She's
very
butt ass
tastefully
naked.
done. But it was tastefully done, and it went with the theme. To me, keep in
Okay.
mind that is her MO. That is
Yeah.
allegedly who
Listen.
she is, and
Listen.
I'm here for her sharing her side of the story, or her sharing her thoughts, and her being able to get this stuff off her chest, being exactly that. Because I just couldn't see her doing anything opposite. When I say that, I mean I don't see her being like in a room fully clothed doing this exact same song. Does that make sense? I
Yeah.
don't see that for her. Like fully clothed
Well.
doing this song and having, you know how people do videos where they show like
Right.
scenarios of like, and it'll be like a fake person. You know what? Kind of like Cry Me a River. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Mm-hmm.
was more, he was clearly getting shit off of his chest on that video. Very symbolic imagery, right? Actual actors acting in certain parts of it. I didn't see her doing that with this type of thing. And I actually love that because she still stayed
Okay.
in her lane. Now, not everyone's going to
Uh,
agree with that because people feel like she's over sexual. What do you think?
she butt ass naked in the entire
Yeah,
music
I love
video.
it. I'm
So
here for it.
all
I'm
I'm
here
saying is no, no,
for
no,
it.
no, no. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just that if that's her, if that's how she expresses herself, and that's how she wants to put her music out there, that's on her. I mean, that's her artistic choice.
Mhm.
You know, and yeah, she shouldn't bow down or change anything just to appease the haters out here. She should
Mhm.
continue being standing strong in her own way of how she wants to live her life. And
Mhm.
if that's how it is, then that's how it is, to be really honest. But yeah, I would say I'm not tripping over that part. But at the same time, I feel like in every music video nowadays, black the black female rappers that are actually all female rappers, it seems like they're just, it's like a strip show. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Hey, if that's what, no, 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 hold on, let me finish what I'm
I'm
saying.
curious. Okay, go ahead.
But
Go
at the same time, there's a lot of times where we see it. Come on, now you got me off topic, but
ahead.
look at Ice Spice. Okay, she was
Oh, God.
dressed up
Yeah.
as Betty Boop, for example. Okay,
Oh, Lord.
and
Really keep that shirt down.
everything was out. Okay,
All of it.
she did not leave room for any imagination. You see
None.
what I'm saying? A lot of the music videos that we see nowadays, it's a lot of that, leaving very little to the imagination. Is everything's out. You see cellulite, you see dimples, you see everything.
All of it.
So going back into this conversation, that's the thing I've noticed where when it comes to female rappers, when it comes to the game, it's very much just eye candy, eye candy, eye candy. Yeah, they can spit, they can rhyme, they can drop bars, all that. But then at the same time, a lot of their message is lost in the naked sauce, because they're butt ass naked the entire time. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was listening to the lyrics because I'm trying to listen to the lyrics to see what
Right.
she's saying
What you
about
talking about?
it.
Right.
And everybody and their mama is talking about what she's talking about in the song, but she also is still butt ass naked. And don't get me wrong,
I love it.
I was looking and going, wow, she looks amazing. Holy cow, blah, 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 all that
Right.
shit. Damn, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm going, okay, does that serve the message that she's trying to say here? Saying, I've changed. I'm shedding off this skin to be a stronger, better person than I was before. Is that really showing in
But
that
you can do
metaphor?
that and
I don't
still be
know.
a very sexual person. You can still do that, right? You can change from
True.
a mental
Oh,
space, from an emotional space, from a personal space, and
yes.
still be someone who just is comfortable in their own skin and is very open with their sexuality. And
Absolutely.
I love that, because here's the thing. There is very much a
Absolutely.
double standard, right? Especially with and she's a prime example of double standards, right?
Right.
If you look at how she's been treated in social media these last couple of years, how her roster, as it were, her alleged roster, because we really don't know if she's had these encounters with these people that are alleging that they've messed with her physically, right? But when we're looking at these things, these people are putting out her dirty laundry, and she's the one who's getting dragged through the mud just simply because she is a female. Unfortunately, that's just what it is, right?
Yeah, but
And I'm one of those people, like, own your prowess. I'm not saying go out there and be a hoe. Okay. I'm just saying stand in your shit. Okay. And it's okay to be a very sensual, sexual person, right?
uh-huh.
Doesn't mean that you're out here hoeing. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean you got
No.
a long ass roster, but for her, especially her, she has been through it through these last couple years for that reason. So for me, I'm just like,
listen,
I'm okay with her being like, just
I'm not expecting,
you know what I mean? Like,
but
I
I'm not
love the fact
expecting
that she's being herself and still staying in that lane.
I'm not expecting her to come out here wearing a damn muumuu. Okay.
Right.
Not expecting her to walk out here being, dressing up like Medea or Big Mama's house. Venting, I'm not expecting that stuff. Okay.
Right.
Not at all. But I go, okay, has she changed? I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out. The sexuality of it is all part of the game. Unfortunately, that's all part of the game of hip hop in the hip hop realm for women. It's unfortunate because a lot of times the talent is being overshadowed by the body. Is being overshadowed by who can wear the least amount of clothing, the least amount of clothing, or the most raciest outfit. Instead of actually being able to actually drop bars.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop has changed drastically over the 50 years that it's been out here. Okay.
Sure.
We had female rappers that were fully clothed head to toe, dressing like the dudes really back in the day, to now it's like strippers, and no disrespect to female rappers, none, but I'm just saying the style and the approach, the swagger, all that has completely changed. So when I see Megan Thee Stallion with this song say, okay, I'm shedding off skin, I'm looking forward to when she sheds off the skin, not just the fact that she shed off a few pounds I'm talking about.
Right.
Just because she shed pounds does not mean she changed as a human being or changed as an artist. Just because she wrote something with her feelings in it instead of her twerking and saying some sexually promiscuous stuff in her rhymes does not mean she has changed. I want to see that more in the artistry and how she approaches her music. Again, I'm not expecting her to walk out here dressed up like Patti LaBelle. Okay. I get the game, but at the same time, let's see the change. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, this is her lane. You know what I mean? If she all of a sudden went off on the opposite end, that's not going to really work.
That'll be weird.
You know what I mean?
Her showing up with the Bible,
okay, what the
people wouldn't buy her stuff. Exactly. People wouldn't go and buy her stuff. She's like, oh,
so we just going to have to hope that new artists come out that don't do it. You know what I mean? Because at this point, she's created her own lane. This lane is where she's at, and this is where she's going to prosper and make the money. Because the reality is, with the Instagrams and the TikToks, and it's really Instagram and the TikToks, especially TikTok. In those worlds, that's the shit. That's the stuff that people want to do. Their little dances and all that shit to all the girls and stuff.
They all want to bop.
Want to do all of that. You know what I mean? And do the little twerk thing and all. That's just what it is. We just have to hope more female rappers come out that aren't necessarily overly, such.
Sexy Red is a perfect example. Kidding.
I
Can I say something though, really quick?
Yes.
That particular set, because speaking of Sexy Red, speaking
Right.
of City Girls, all that genre, that little very, very niche genre, I
Mhm.
think is starting to fade out. I'm not
Mhm.
sitting here saying that it's not going to be is not going to be uh, um, uh, um, uh, uh, what's the word, sought after music or
Mhm.
music that is bought, but we are already seeing City Girls album did not do well at all. The reason why I say that
Mhm.
is because Meg the Stallion, yes, she is in her own lane, she is in her own sound, she is doing her own thing, but I'm glad she is starting to change her sound, because the way that the music is going right now is not going towards that sound of music anymore. People are not buying City Girls albums right now. Okay,
Interesting.
the
Mhm.
I'm just saying. Hey, I mean, it could be because the album was not good. I don't know. I haven't heard
Yeah,
the
yeah,
album,
yeah.
but so don't come at me. But I don't want no smoke. Okay,
We don't want no issues,
but
man.
at the same time, I do feel like that sound is the sound of that is changing. People are kind of been there, done that. And she was a part of that. She was a part of that sound for a minute, Meg
Mhm,
the
mhm,
Stallion.
mhm.
But now she's starting to change. She's trying to shift gears a little bit, because she probably knows, or her team probably knows, that sound is starting to die out. It's not being as sought after anymore.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
I think that's why things are changing with her sound as well.
the
But
good
go
thing
ahead.
is that she also has, or she has she comes out with some amazing dance bops too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so even with all of that, um, she still has that area, that lane. You know what
But
I'm
you
saying?
see, but she also has a wonderful way of towing the line of, like, it's like pop but ratchet at the same
Ah,
time. You see what I'm
I
saying?
love
So
it.
it's really, really great. And as long as she keeps,
Ratchet,
as she keeps patch it,
ratchet, pop
patch
and
it,
ratchet,
pratchett,
ratchet, ratchet. There you
ratchet.
go,
Okay.
ratchet.
If she keeps it Pratchett, she's gonna be just fine. But City Girls, ratchet.
I
Sexy
love City
Red,
Girls. I
rat. No,
love
no,
City Girls.
but Sexy Red, ratchet. You see what I'm saying?
Love
It
her
goes
too.
on that side of that sound,
Right,
and
right, right.
eventually that is starting to not be a sought after piece. It's not as popular
Mhm.
anymore. You can see it from their album. Like I said,
I
y'all
honestly don't
comment
even
down
feel like
below and
people
let
are buying albums like that anymore.
but you know what I'm saying.
You
They're
know
not.
what I mean?
It's
No,
not
I
like
get it.
it's not like they're out here buying the singles and doing all that. But anyway, you guys comment
No,
down
I see it.
below and let me know. You buying City Girls album? Let us
Right,
know,
right.
because I'd like to know too.
And
But
what did y'all
at the
think of all of the? I mean, the visuals and the message. Are y'all thinking he's talking about Party, her ex? He's claiming she
she
is
is.
not. He's claiming she is not that he won the brother that did that. Whoever he was talking about, it wasn't him. Okay.
Well, maybe she'll say it in the next in the next song in
In
the
the next
album. You see
song,
what I'm
you
saying?
never know. I mean, she hasn't said
Right.
anything, and really for her at this point, it's now that you put this out here, now it's time just stay quiet. Put
Yeah.
out some good, fun music, right? And let us, hear your testimony through your music. Don't respond to all the bullshit and the backlash and the stuff because, oh my God, she went through it. Like, I
Yep.
mean, just those two instances that I mentioned earlier alone were taxing. But to have your sexual history put out, you know what I'm saying? And to be made fun of like that, and for it to be made such a spectacle of,
Yeah.
right? When she right in the midst of her going through all of this stuff and being shamed for so many different things, man,
Yeah, it's terrible.
it's
And
terrible.
no one should have to go through that,
Not at
especially
all.
when you're the one who got pewed in the foot, for crying out
That
loud.
part.
Of all things, if you were the one pulling the trigger, that's one thing, okay?
Right.
It's another thing when you just were the one dodging and bobbing and weaving these damn bullets. I mean, that's insane to me.
What
But
makes it
guys,
worse is that people were literally like, I mean, she wasn't not here anymore. You know what I'm trying to say?
right.
So it's not even that big of a deal. And I was
Unalived.
like,
She could
yeah,
have been
she wasn't
unalived.
unalived. And I'm like,
Okay.
she still got pew pew. That's a big
Yeah,
deal.
that's
You know what I
insane.
mean? It's just she went through a lot of shit. So I'm just happy for her in her space
No
of
doubt.
yeah. You know what I mean? So
No doubt. No
y'all
doubt. But
gonna have to
guys,
let us know what y'all think.
yes. Comment down below, guys. Let us know what you think. Don't forget
Yes.
to please, because obviously we all have our thoughts on
Very
this
much
song.
so.
clearly a lot of people are very excited about her coming back out with a new song and all that. And I'm happy that she's out here creating as well. I think we both agree on that. Hit that like button down below, please. And thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You know what to do. We appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Much love to y'all.
Love y'all. Mwah!